What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and welcome on back to our Pokemon Omega Ruby walkthrough. In the last episode, we officially began the post-game, started the Delta episode and everything. Met this kind of sketchy character named Zinnia, who's up to no good, at least we think right now. And yeah, we learned there's an asteroid on its way to the Hoenn region as we speak. So today we are continuing the Delta episode in order to hopefully prevent that asteroid or meteoroid, whatever you want to call it, from literally wiping out the entire region. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having a good day. Honestly, I don't know what day this video is going up because I'm a little, out of the loop with, what episodes are going up on which day, since right now I'm just focusing on bulking ahead as much as I can over these last couple of days before I head back to college. But yeah, as I said, hope y'all are having a good day. And, if you remember in the last episode, we were told to meet Steven in the Meteor Falls, so that's where we're going to right now. As I said, the Delta episode is kind of like a wild goose chase, So definitely make sure you're, either at least keeping up with the dialogue or keeping up with these videos so you know where to go and you're not getting lost. Now, we are back at the Meteor Falls, and I can't remember, we never explored this place with Waterfall, did we? I don't think I've ever gone back and checked out places with Waterfall. I haven't done places with Dive either, even though I literally remember saying like, oh yeah, I'll do an episode like that. So, oh boy, hopefully I remember to cover that during this series. The Delta episode is just taking over right now, okay? But yeah, you're going to need to make sure that you have someone with Surf and Waterfall here in the Meteor Falls, because you need to access kind of the back upper part of the cave, which is where we're at right now. And there are some just random trainers chilling out here, as you can tell with this Dragon Tamer. Yeah, I totally forgot. I really do want to make an episode, going back with Dive and Waterfall, I think would be pretty good. So maybe after I get done with the Delta episode, I may end up forgetting by then, too. We'll see. I don't think there's too many Waterfall spots, though, in Hoenn. I know this is one of the major ones. Obviously, there's a bit more Dive locations. But yeah, again, we gotta meet up with Steven, because, well, I kind of forget why, but we'll figure it out. There's someone in here that he's actually trying to talk to, I think is what it is. Alright, we're kind of at a dead end right here, though. Yeah, this part of the... I don't know why. Is it just me, or does, the water in the Meteor Falls look really good? I mean, look at, the reflection. You can, clearly see under it. It looks pretty dope. But yeah, I've got max repels, and let's just keep working our way through here. I think we're gonna have to go back to, one of the furthest rooms or something like that, so we'll see. By the way, if I miss some trainers in here, that's all good. We're focused on reaching Steven right now, so I'm not too worried if I skip out on some trainers. Maybe I can come back and fight them when I do that, or when I hopefully do that last HM backtracking episode. All the way back here, that was the TM for Dragon Claw, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't even know if you can find any dragon types in here, but you are seeing, a bunch of Dragon Tamers, and then the TM for Dragon Claw, which is pretty funny. But yeah, let's... Also, did my Max Repel just run out, or am I completely losing my mind? Okay, I'm losing my mind. Alright, let's backtrack and go off to the right over here. Honestly, I mean, especially in the remakes, I don't really check out this part of Meteor Falls. So, I may have to do a cut just to, really find out where I'm going, but... maybe we'll stumble upon him real soon, or we're gonna reach another dead end. Hey, it's got a PP max, though. Don't worry, folks, I have found where to go now. So after coming up the waterfall and entering this original room, remember, this is the Dragon Tamer we fought. Just take the ladder to the right of him. I basically went to a completely optional area. You can fight the Battle Girl here, who's gonna have, I think, some fighting types. There's probably, a hidden item up that ladder, but nothing too major. Another Dragon Tamer you can fight right here. He's got an Altaria. And then come over to the ladder at the back. You have to do a double battle right here against this old couple. They've got a Medicham and Hariyama. So, yeah, remember when I said, oh, I might skip over some trainers in here? I went ahead and just fought them all. And, yeah, head up these stairs and you will run into Steven. Also, the stairs in this, in the Meteor Falls is very jank. I don't know, it's just, hard to, get up them sometimes. That doesn't make sense, but maybe someone knows what I'm talking about. They're just a little finicky. Anyway, Steven's here talking to someone who is a descendant of the Draconids. That's a kind of, apparently, group of people that were living in, villages in the Hoenn region way back in the day. And basically, they said that anytime some big disaster was coming to the region, Rayquaza always saved them. And, you know, so in order to call down Rayquaza, you're going to need someone known as a lore keeper, who was, you know, one person, I guess, in each, like, generation of the Draconids that was assigned the knowledge to, summon Rayquaza. And you could probably see her talking about it already, but Zinnia is actually the lore keeper in today's day and age. So Steven's like, what? Zinnia? Really? What the heck? So Steven isn't really too sure if that's going to work because, you know, Zinnia wants to call on Rayquaza again. That's why she's kind of been trying to halt or, you know, stop the Steven and Professor Cosmos and the Moss Deep Space Center from carrying out with their plan. So now you're starting to see things come together. Steven's going to tell you to meet him back at the Devon Corporation because he's still not sure if Zinnia's really going to be able to do all that. He wants to go pick up the link cable because if you remember, they already have the two, by the way, it's nice to have escape ropes at this point, but they already have the two, what was it, the meteorite shard things. We got those in the last episode for them. Well, actually, we were coming here to get the second one, I think, and I think he got it. But, yeah, so now all they need is the link cable, so let's head on over to Rustboro City, and make sure you're fully healed, because now we're going to be getting into some real battles here. So, let's get to it. Head over to the Devon Corporation. Remember, that's the big building. We are already there in the last episode. We've been here a couple of times throughout the game, to be fair. But as you're trying to go on inside, a scientist is going to be running out, and he's going to be getting chased by either Team Magma or Team Aqua Grunts. He literally decks us out of the way. But yeah, he's in a completely panicked state. This is kind of a throwback to the Petalburg Woods encounter, by the way, way back at the beginning of the game. And yeah, he's kind of in a panicked state because apparently someone has stolen the control device for the link cable. I mean, it seems like every device in this game has another device that needs to, you know, that needs to be there to activate it. So, they can't even, you know, they have the link cable, but they can't even use it because the control device has been taken by someone. Maybe it's Team Magma, maybe it's Zinnia. For now, we got to deal with some grunts. You're actually going to be facing 3 grunts back to back to back. And yeah, this is the post game, so you know their mons are like high 40s, low 50s, but you should easily be able to handle them. I mean, I really don't think maybe -1 battle. Well, no, not really. I mean, the Zinnia battle was a little tough, but I really think everything in the post game is easier than the champion battle with Steven, at least for my team. By the way, I do need to go ahead and get Banette back on the team because I had to put it in the PC to get the Tentacruel back on the squad, who, you know, that's who we've been using for, like, a dive and waterfall and all that. But yeah, down goes trainer number 1. We've got 2 more. So, yeah, we're kind of screwed now. We're like, bro, what the heck? We don't got the freaking, you know, we don't got the control device. What are we gonna do now? But, you know, don't worry. We will figure out what to do next after taking down these Team Magma Grunts. But yeah, I've decided I think we'll split the Delta episode up into 3 episodes on this channel. We had, you know, part 1 already last week, if you want to call it that. This is part 2, and then we'll wrap it up in the next episode. So yeah, then we'll be done with a good chunk of the post-game, but there's still some more stuff to do in the post-game. And okay, Bucko, you didn't need a Destiny Bond right there, man. Really? Because I don't want Pelipper to die now, so let's just not Destiny Bond. Okay, yeah, Destiny Bond, remember, that's that move that if the opponent goes for it and then you kill it after that, or like the turn after that, then you go down with it, so that would just be kind of annoying. But yeah, definitely going to make sure to pick up Banette, because I don't think we need Waterfall for the rest of this episode at least. But there's Grunt number 2 down. Yeah, so I guess Team Magma and Team Aqua really do play a role in the post-game too, kind of. Unlike they did in Ruby and Sapphire, because, well, the Delta episode wasn't in Ruby and Sapphire. But as I said last week, I really do enjoy this post-game. It's probably, you know, don't get me wrong, the Hoenn games, I would say they're like my 4th favorite. Maybe even 5th, because my top 3 are like Sinnoh, Johto, and Unova. But, their post-game, I don't know, this post-game is really solid. I do like this post-game. It may be like a top 3 post-game, and Golbat really got to flinch with Air Slash. My goodness. My horrible luck has continued. I know it feels like deja vu talking about this, but, you know, we're streaming a ROM hack over on the main channel. I'm almost completed it, though. You know, we haven't lost the Nuzlocke yet, but yesterday's stream, we were at the big battle with Getsis in the Giant Chasm, you know, and I think in that fight, I got crit like 8 or 9 times. And I think 1 or 2 of those like resulted in a death. I think 2 of them resulted in a death because of the crit. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I really don't. But, you know, we'll get through this last grunt battle. Or no, that was the last one right there. What am I talking about? So, yeah, the scientist is going to say that someone from Team Magma / Team Aqua has stolen the control device. And he fears that they are off to the Moss Deep Space Center. So that is where we are planning on going next. And Steven must already be there. Steven's always like 1 step ahead of us, of course. Alright, so let's fly to Moss Deep City. We were just at the Space Center not too long ago. It's time to head back. Now, once you go in here, you're going to want a Pokemon that... Once again, it can, you know, in a double battle or something, it has a move like Surf or Lava Plume or Earthquake. You know, to the point where it can hit multiple Pokemon at once because you're going to have one of these Horde battles coming up. And, I mean, it's an easy fight even if you don't have one of those moves. But it just makes it a lot easier being able to knock out all the Pokemon in one hit. By the way, something else I wanted to bring up, I don't really know why I didn't really have a good segue to this, but... If in any of the videos that have gone up on the channel in the past, like, 2 months, maybe longer, if in any of them you've heard, like, a kind of sound effect play in the background just randomly, I don't know if you would have, because, I think I would have heard the sound effect go off, too, because I remember it happened one time, and I cut it out of the final cut. And, by the way, here we can see Team Magma going in, and look, it's Courtney! Yeah, it's not even Maxie leading Magma anymore. You know, Maxie and Archie, they're done. They've retired after the main storyline. But yeah, as I was saying, that's because I use OBS to record, and I have my alert box on OBS for, like, you know, when I get a new subscriber during stream or something like that. And sometimes I just have forgotten to mute it while I record. So, you know, if you've heard a sound effect randomly in some of the past episodes, I don't know if you have, again. These are quintuplets, by the way. That's crazy. But yeah, that's what that is. It's just a, you know, new follower alert on, like, Twitch or something like that. So, yeah, and it could happen in the future again. Then again, I think I would have heard it if it did happen, but I don't really know. I'm not too sure. Also, I'm just now noticing, I'm not sure how it took me this long to notice. Also, do not use a physical attacker against this battle. You're going to get intimidated 5 times. They almost completely lower your entire attack here. That's insane. But yeah, I'm realizing now I have the game audio muted for me. Y'all should still be able to hear it, luckily, but yeah, I'm just kind of sitting here in silence, aren't I? And we landed a crit on one of the Mighty Endas. We're never going to be able to know which one. But yeah, so that was pretty easy once you have a Mon like that. And yeah, make sure you healed up once again, because we have an admin battle coming up here at the Space Center. So, hey, lock in for that, let me tell you, lock in. So yeah, you know, just because we beat them in a Pokemon battle, these grunts are gonna let us through, because that's typical evil team people. Also, I guess Pelipper's getting a lot of action today, just because Surf's like the easiest way to handle most of these mons. But yeah, we're gonna do a double battle with Steven right here, so I think it's a double battle. Yeah, kind of a callback to the original games. Or was it Emerald? I think it was Emerald, where you did a double battle with him once you first got to Moss Deep City, or like after the Moss Deep Gym. Instead, here we do it during the post-game. Alright, so yeah, the admin's kind of going on and on about how, like, I don't know, you know, their leader retired and whatnot. And I don't really know what their whole existence here is. Is Courtney, like, taunting us, by the way, doing that? Like, bro, can you stop, okay? It ain't that deep. We're gonna, like, absolutely wipe the floor with your team. I mean, come on, I'm fighting with Steven here. The former champion, and then I am the current champion. So I don't really know what you expect out of this battle. Now, unfortunately for you, Steven, I'm not showing mercy against your mons, because I'm going for Surf. Granted, you're like 4 levels above, so your Skarmory will be fine. Now, they are going to Mega Evolve. We've already seen Mega Camera up to before. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, level 55, literally higher than my team, which is funny. But yeah, I'm glad to see Mega Evolution sticks around for the post-game as well. It's not like it just got completely dropped off. And, okay, wow, we're off to a really bad start. Eruption's going to do nothing, though. But, man, we didn't even one-shot the camera. That's crazy. And then Skarmory missed stealing. Yo, Steven, tell your Skarmory to lock in, bro. But yeah, funnily enough, I think the random grunt has more Pokemon than the admin. Which, you know, I'd be pretty embarrassed if I was Courtney right here. Anyways, yeah, after this, there's going to be some more things going down, and then the next stop is actually going to be the old, well, I don't know, I guess it's still running, but the, you know, Team Magma / Aqua Base in, oh my gosh, I killed Skarmory. I think I got a crit on it, that's crazy. Another Destiny Bonbon here, holy cow. Well, you know what the good news is? I think I can surf and be fine, unless we get like a high roll, and then Aggron's actually going to finish it off and die to the Destiny Bond, so that's pretty funny right there. Steven really lost 2 Pokemon in this fight. That's brutal work, man. Actually, wait, no, it only no, it did it. Okay, never mind. I guess Destiny Bond works on both mods. But yeah, as I was saying, after this, we're going to be heading to the Lily Cove, you know, Evil Team hideout. And that will probably be the last stop for today's episode. I want to get through that area. So there we go. Down goes the 2, you know, visual aunties right here. But yeah, Steven's like, okay, we can do our plan. Hold up. Here comes Aster or Aster the Whismer. Whismer somehow leaps up and snatches the Dimensional Shifter, which is, you know, what they need to, I think, launch this rocket and carry out the plan. But no, Zinnia's here to stop him. Now, Zinnia's actually going to crush the Dimensional Shifter too, because she doesn't want them to launch the rocket, and that's because that, you know, if we were to warp the asteroid for another, or to another place, there's a chance it could destroy another region / universe / world. And Zinnia's like, oh, you gotta think about everyone, you know? I mean, what if it got warped to, like, the Sinnoh region or something? Sinnoh just gets wiped out instead. But no, yeah, so Zinnia's trying to make it to where both, you know, worlds and regions can, you know, live happily ever after. And so, you know, Professor Cosmo's plan and Steven's plan just got completely fooled. And Zinnia is going to take the Keystone from Courtney as well, because she needs some of those Mega Keystones too. Now, she is also going to be off to the Lily Cove hideout, as I talked about a second ago, because she needs another Keystone. And remember, Maxie and Archie have Keystones. So, we are off to that place next. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, you know, in reality, Zinnia at first might seem like she's trying to, you know, put a stop to, you know, the plans that the scientists have and stuff, and it seems kind of bad, but at the end of the day, she's really trying to save both regions, which is, kind of good, I guess, but also a bit more risky, let's be honest. And, yeah, let's head over to the hideout. This is going to be a longer episode than I thought, by the way, but I'll probably cut out a few battles in here, because there are a solid amount of trainers, that's for sure. Also, let me put someone else up front instead of Pelipper, because Bro's gotten plenty of action. He's actually the highest level Mon on the team. See, and some people say Pelipper's weak too, but nah, Pelipper, he's just a chill dude, alright? Look, he's getting us around the region and stuff. And what more could you ask for, man? What more could you ask for? He's just a good guy. But yeah, the hideout is going to be on high alert because they actually know Zinnia's coming. So, unfortunately, you know, we're actually trying to work with them right now at the moment to try and stop Zinnia, because that's still, like, what we're being ordered to do. But Team Magma, they're idiots. They don't really know that, and they're still going to try to stop us, unfortunately. So we're going to have to deal with, like, 6 or 7 grunt battles in here, which kind of sucks, but, I mean, it's going to be nothing different than what we've been doing all this episode. So it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, but yeah, let's head on inside. And I don't know if they're right at the front or if we kind of see them throughout our way. I can't really remember. There's some right here, though. Nah, it looks like they're kind of just chilling. Yeah, they say Zinnia's already come through here. So once again, we're always just a step behind. That's how it always is in Pokemon games, isn't it? You always just seem like you are one step behind. What is this guy doing, by the way? Yep, that's Magma in there. Okay, I don't think that guy has any clue what's actually going on. Bro's just mesmerized by the magma in the tubes. So yeah, y'all probably remember this place. Now, unfortunately, I don't remember the exact, you know, quickest way to get through here. But, you know, I will do my best. Okay, I went ahead and took out like half the trainers already again, just to save on time. This person had a Wheezing and Numel. This person stops you automatically, by the way, even if they're, like, staring the wrong direction. They have a Numel and Wheezing. Again, in Alpha Sapphire, those might look a little bit different. And then the person down here on the next floor just used a Mightyena. Unfortunately, though, we still have a little ways to go. So, where to go next? I think the safe bet is always like, if you're seeing a new trainer that you haven't fought yet, then you're probably going the right way. I believe we're on the right track here. And, yep, definitely are. Because we gotta head down this corridor next. But yeah, 3 more grunts to go. Hopefully these battles don't take too long. And then we're actually gonna run into Zinnia once again, but yet again, I feel like I've said again like 80 times already today. But yeah, we're not gonna be able to stop her, you know. I know, shocker. Always late, as I've been saying. Quick guard, what does that do? Like protect you against priority moves, I think, or something like that. All those guard moves, they work in double battles too, right? They're the ones that like can protect both team members on the same side, I think. Have I ever used them before? Literally no, I don't think so. I do not think so. I'm not in the VGC scenery, you know. I'm not doing double battles every single day of the week. Alright, so right past you, we're gonna continue on along, and I'll keep McCargo up front. He's doing just fine right now. He's doing just fine, and whoa! That guy just glitched for a second. I always like when that happens. That happens, I've noticed that happen in, like, a few of the games, you know, not just Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but sometimes, I think it's like X and Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire that can happen, it seems like. Maybe even the Alola games, but yeah, if you didn't see it, they'll, like, turn one way. You'll kind of run up to them right as they're turning, and so they turn the direction, but the exclamation point still goes off, and it's kind of like, it's a little cursed to look at, I think. But yeah, that was a nice crit right there. I think that was a crit. And then another Golbat to deal with. Yeah, lowest level on the team right now is Swalot, which, you know, kind of stinks. Swalot's not really kitted out to take on all of these, you know, poison and part ground types. Oh, by the way, I said those, you know, I told y'all there were some Numbles back there that we had to fight. Why are we still seeing Numbles in the post-game? I mean, I feel like out of some of the evil teams, you know, Team Magma and Team Aqua do a pretty decent job evolving their Pokemon, you know, compared to someone like Team Rocket and Team Galactic. I mean, Team Galactic uses, like, level 30 Wurmples and stuff. But now in the post-game, they're kind of selling a bit. Come on, I know they can do better than that. I know they can do better than that. Alright, so I think this teleporter is going to be what we want to take next. And, ooh, I might have been... No, I'm right about that. I'm right about that, because I do remember this section. So, I think this is our last trainer in here. And then, yeah, we're going to be at, you know, Maxie/Archie's room. But again, I don't think they're, yeah, they're not actually here. Because the admins have taken over the team. You know, they're trying to be like an archer for Team Rocket, you know, trying to revive the team. But unfortunately, hey guys, there's bigger problems going on. Y'all ain't gonna be here to revive the evil team if the freaking meteoroid hits the region, okay? So let's lock in. But yeah, head on past this person, and I think, let's see, does this take us to the office room? Don't tell me this takes me back to the beginning, does it? It took me back to the beginning. Okay, I have completely forgotten where the office room is. Man, that kind of... Okay, that kind of sucks. Hold up, let's head back. Maybe it's the other teleporter kind of before that section, so you might even be able to skip one of these trainers. I'm gonna have to do another cut, just to, you know, freaking speed up this process, I swear. Is it one of these ones around the lab? Okay, well, no, that's a door. What about this teleporter? This kind of seems like we're on the right direction. Okay, maybe not. Is this just like an item? Yeah, this was an item over here. Alright, this is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise I am a professional Pokemon walkthrougher. Anyways, yeah, I found out where to go. From this grunt over here, take the teleporter to the south. This is actually the way we came to get the Master Ball, if you remember when we were first in here. Just kind of follow these teleporters the way I'm going. So yeah, I guess you can actually skip like 2 of the grunts, but this is a walkthrough after all, so I'm glad I covered them. But yeah, go ahead and skip that teleporter in the middle, and you will be at the office. So here's Zinnia talking to Maxie. Okay, Maxie/Archie is still here, never mind. But yeah, Zinnia's going to take their Keystone. I think they already beat them in a battle too. And yeah, this is like the last Keystone that Zinnia needed in order to go off to the Sky Pillar, or Sky Tower. No, it's Sky Pillar, never mind. and, you know, carry out her plan. So things are coming to the climax, you know? Now, funnily enough, Zinnia's gonna leave after snatching the keystone. She actually invites us to her summoning ritual or whatever. And the admin right here, the other admin for Team Magma, is gonna give you their keystone because they want you to stop Zinnia, you know? Yeah, where's this guy been, by the way? Who is this again? Tabitha? Courtney's been doing all the work so far. He's just now showing up. Maybe him and Maxie have just been chilling down here watching TV or something. But yeah, also, you probably already peeped it. There's an item up there, so I'm gonna make sure to go grab it. Unless it just cut straight to me. Okay, I was about to say, if we get, like, sent right out of the hideout. Yeah, Steven calls you, you fill him in on what happened. Okay, you know, we gotta meet him at the Space Center yet again. And then we can go off to where we need to be. And never mind, that's not an item. That's an electrode from earlier in the game. Okay, that's a good stopping point. Hey, hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Next time we're finishing up the Delta episode. Have a good rest of your day. And yeah, until next time. What's up, Electrode? Deuces.